There's a spectrum of risk on which investors need to figure out where they fall.
I don't put any insurance on my properties. I have liability only. So if the house burns down or if that happened to me, I'm screwed. But every tenant, I mandate that they have renter's insurance, and if they don't pay it, I pay it. It's $8 a month. $8 a month for an insurance policy. The only thing it covers is floods and fires.
So I wouldn't have been covered.
You would have been covered.
Well, that's not a flood.
It is.
It's a broken pipe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the flood you're talking about.
No, that's the flood I'm talking about. Water damage is covered.
Yeah.
Fires are covered. And tenant damage is covered.
Oh, gotcha.
Tenant vandalism, stuff like that.
There's a spectrum of risk on which investors need to figure out where they fall. Some investors are going to be perfectly fine taking significant amounts of risk with regard to their assets, and other investors are not going to be willing to take any risk at all. But most investors will likely fall somewhere in between. When it comes to this particular content creator's feelings with regard to risk, I respect their position. It's just I don't personally share them. I want to make sure that I'm fully protected. And when it comes to risk mitigation, that's the perfect reason to have insurance. Essentially, all insurance is a risk mitigation tool. It shifts the risk from you to a financial institution, the insurance company, who may be better positioned, at least financially, to bear that risk instead of you. Now, there's a lot of different risks when it comes to investment real estate that should be considered. What's talked about first is general liability. That's essentially risk that's associated with an asset protection type of scenario. You want to make sure that your personal assets, or at least the value of the underlying real estate itself, are not necessarily available to be attacked, if you will, at least in whole, by a plaintiff that has suffered some sort of harm based on their relationship to that underlying asset. There's other risks like hazard risk, right? There's weather and natural occurrences like fires and things of that nature that potentially cause hazards with regard to the property. It could cause that property to lose value. Having hazard insurance helps to mitigate some of that exposure. There's also contents type of risk, meaning the contents could be harmed or lost due to theft or some sort of hazard. So renter's insurance, that typically covers only the contents of that renter, not assets that are owned by the landlord or the owner of the property. So you really want to sit down with someone who's pretty knowledgeable when it comes to all of these different aspects in order to determine which strategy is the most right strategy for you. Now, I've been investing in real estate for nearly 30 years, both residential and commercial real estate. So when I come to the table, I actually come to the table with personal experience, and I can give you not only mine, but also the various investors over the 30 years that I've also personally been helping. If you really want to come down to it, I have no idea whether or not I can actually add value to your situation. But what I do know is that we could find out. Just drop the word apply and let's see.